Cash Converters. We buy, we sell, we loan cash.
Good morning, it's Mahala Thursday here on Expresso on SABC3. If you've just joined us, we've been making a lot of confessions this morning, one of which I am about to make now. I am going to tell you a very true story. I am a hoarder. This is the truth. I keep things for years and I have problems throwing things away. So as a result, clutter accumulates. Can you relate to that? Well, earlier this week, Katlego and Tracey Foulkes went to meet the people behind the Marsh Memorial Home in Cape Town, and after years of receiving many donations, they found that they did have a bit of a clutter situation, and Tracey was on hand to provide some valuable tips on how to declutter their space, and she's also going to show us exactly what's in her toolbox right after this.
We're here at Marsh Memorial Homes in Rondebosch, Cape Town, out on another Cash Converters expedition. Now, this place was established in 1903, and the work they do for communities in and around the area is invaluable, giving children in need a place they can call home. Now, why we are here today is to help them declutter and get some much-needed moolah with Cash Converters.
Life's expensive, so it's great to turn clutter into cash with Cash Converters. Organisational expert Tracey Foulkes is here to help.
Now, Tracey, how do you intend on getting this mess decluttered?
Well, even though it looks like a lot of stuff, and it is a lot of stuff, we're going to go through that same process of clearing up the stuff that Anne and Marsh Memorial no longer need, use or love. Then we're going to group like items together, and the most important thing we're going to do here is we're going to set a system in place so it doesn't become overwhelming like this again.
And Anne, how did this room get to being like this?
It's wonderful donations from people that have given to Marsh over the years, and I'm afraid it's got cluttered and in a mess, and we're very grateful for your help. I think this room has been like this ever since I started here, which is about 8 years ago, so it will be wonderful to have it nicely tidied up.
While the team's hard at work, a little more on Marsh Memorial Homes. It's been a safe haven for children for more than 11 decades. Today, around 60 youngsters live here.
So, Tracey, I think we've taken what used to be quite a considerable mess and restored some order to the room.
We've been working really, really hard, but we've got loads done. We've taken the doors off, we've grouped like items together, put everything on a shelf in a place that has a home now. We've labelled that home. So Anne and her staff or her team can come into the environment and easily see what they have, when stock levels are running low, when they've got too much of certain things. It's really, really easy for them to manage now.
But our work isn't done yet, is it?
No, we've got loads still to do. I've got to get going.
Why keep what you don't want, need, or love anymore? If you don't need it, someone else does. So, take it to your local Cash Converters to sell.
So, Tracey, and we've done a lot of work today, and I think it looks pretty nice. But, Tracey, maybe you can give Anne some ideas on how to maintain all the work we've done.
Okay, so we've worked really, really hard, and just like we've sorted out the first half of the room, Anne has got a big challenge ahead of her for the next 2 weeks, and we're going to work shelf by shelf, section by section, taking away the stuff that you no longer need or use, and making room for the stuff that you're choosing to keep. We're going to group those together, give it a home on the shelf, and while we've got you ready for doing your labels, you just need to write your labels in. And all of these boxes at the top, you're going to go through them one at a time as well, and once you know what the contents are, just write that on the outside of the box as well, and then anybody will be able to access the space and be able to see where everything is.
So, Anne, how do you feel about what we've done today here?
I think it's absolutely terrific. It will make my job so much easier. I can find everything I need. Whatever you've sold for Cash Converters, we can make some money for Marsh Memorial Homes, and thank you very, very, very much.
Keep in mind, selected Cash Converters stores offers you the convenience of coming to your home or organisation to purchase and pick up your truck full of unwanted items.
So after a long day of decluttering, we finally arrived at Cash Converters and we're about to cash that stash. It looks like the gentlemen have agreed on a deal. Stephen, are you happy?
Well, I am happy. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm happy.
Well, let's do the necessary then.
Instant cash. Remember to bring your ID book or driver's license. Find the Cash Converters branch near you on their website. There are over 50 stores countrywide.
Wow, how awesome is that, hey? That cash converters can actually come and fetch your stash from your home. So that is really, really amazing. And this morning we're talking to Tracey Foulkes, our organisational specialist. Good morning, Tracey. How are you?
Awesome, thanks.
Wonderful. So good to have you here. I just feel like my life has a bit more control whenever you're around. Like you're going to help me just put things into a structure again.
No pressure.
So the Marsh Memorial, how does a place like that, an NGO like that, get to a point where they have so much clutter?
Well, look, I don't think it's unique to Marsh. I mean, even you mentioned earlier about your little bit of hoarding.
Yeah.
I think that we tend to be busy. We're juggling so many roles, and then we get organised, we take the time, but we don't put in maintenance systems.
Yes.
So our email inboxes are so quickly exploding again once we've taken charge of them. Our wardrobes, they were perfect. They lasted for 2 weeks, and then things have built up again. So I think that's really, really commonplace. So we need to actually, once we've done the decluttering process, is to actually just step back and say, what maintenance systems do I need to put in place? The tiny little things that you need to do weekly, monthly, annually to make sure you don't fall back onto those old habits.
Awesome. That makes a lot of sense. Now, I see that you've got a toolkit here. Now, I've seen a doctor's medicine bag. I've seen makeup artists with their pouches, but I've never seen what is actually in an organisational specialist's toolkit. Can you take us through what you've got here?
Well, this is the Get Organised toolbox. I mean, we get so much comment on us girls walking around with these enormous toolboxes. But essentially, as organisers and productivity specialists, we need to make sure that whatever we're going to need when we're working with our clients, we're going to have. And sometimes the expectation is that we're there to do some time management planning, and we get there and actually we need to do some decluttering or strat sessions or facilitation.
Wow.
So we got loads of stuff in our toolbox besides like the cards and the normal stationery, the stapler taker outers and the paper clips and all of that jazz. A couple of fun things that we keep in our toolbox is the rubber gloves.
Our rubber gloves, okay.
Just in case we encounter something that is not quite okay for us to touch.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't happen often. I love this because this was in my toolbox recently. Like this is one of those little things when you go into a factory and have to look particularly cool. This is one of my...
Very sexy.
Very sexy indeed. It's one of my clients that I'm busy working with, and when I go and work with them in their office environment, I need to wear that every time I go into the factory. A 6-hour session wearing that is not cool. Of course, we have the bags. This is just a whole lot of little tabs that we put down on surfaces so our clients know where they're going. And anyhow, we have a list of charity organisations and the local cash converters, so we know where our clients can go and donate or sell their goodies.
And of course, when it comes to maintenance, I see you've got little stickers and markers and things like that. How would we incorporate those?
So depending on what our clients need, sometimes we need to do a little bit of strat planning with them. Like, why did they get into this state? What are they going to do about it? Maybe look at timelines. Yesterday I was working with a client to do a whole big planning on how they can subdivide their jobs because they're overscheduled. So on the fly, I would have to go get some coloured note cards, and we start particularly for the visual learner to start taking things in a visual impact. So it's not so linear.
Wow, awesome stuff. Thank you so much. I think you've already got us thinking about how we can declutter our space and make our lives a whole lot easier, hey? Thank you so much, Tracey, for being with us, and I think that we're going to be talking to you a lot more over the next couple of weeks, because Cash Converters is, of course, telling us how we can stash, or rather cash our stash. Now, if you're one of those people who really want to be your own boss and you find that you want to have your own business, Cash Converters is going to offer you this opportunity by starting your own business. Let's find out how.
Are you self-motivated, organized, retail-hungry, and ready to make some money? Would you like to own a business with multiple revenue streams? Imagine minimal startup costs, a proven business model with low risk with 360-degree ongoing support. Cash Converters is calling. Join the world's leading cash and asset converter now. Cash Converters offers you an affordable business opportunity with high returns on your investment with all the support you need. To find out more, call Niels on 087 820 4066. Cash Converters. We buy, we sell, we loan cash.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.